Hi friends, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be answering your burning questions. From possible arrests to my favorite kink. You guys always give the most creative questions. Without further ado, let's get into it. Why are you gay? Okay, you see, there was this one day, I'm just kidding, there's no reason. Just born that way. I don't know why people have such an issue with that answer. Why are you straight? That's my question back to you, and then whatever your answer is, that's my answer. There you go. Weren't you kicked out of Thailand? Yes and no. I guess that title was a little bit misleading, but I'll explain. I wasn't necessarily kicked out by like the government. They did not show up to my house, take me to the airport, and send me back to the United States. Circumstances with visas were getting really difficult to maintain, and I either had to pay 17 grand or move back to the United States. The 17 grand was for a certain visa that I had to get if I wanted to stay. I ended up deciding to move back to the United States. But since I posted that first video saying I was getting kicked out, I still had a little bit of time on my current visa. So I didn't have to leave immediately, but I had to leave eventually, and that leads me here. I'm back at my parents' house. This leads to another question: what are my future plans? I'm buying a truck and a camper because I want to travel around the US. The reason why I'm not getting another van is because if you look online, they are insanely expensive now. I'm not even kidding, some of them are 200 grand. It's insane. So I decided the best alternative would be a truck with the camper in the truck. It's basically the same thing as a van, and I'm buying it soon, and I will show you guys when I get it. I'm super excited. This next one's fun. Do I have any stories that I haven't told on my channel that I think are funny? Boy, I have a lot, but the first one that comes to my mind would be when my parents came and visited me in Thailand. Me and my friends set up this trip on this boat. The boat ended up being a little bit smaller than I had initially expected when I planned this trip, but it was still livable. And it was a sailboat. We were leaving from Phuket and going down to Koh Rachanoi, which I've been there. This is what the island looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous, completely uninhabited. So I thought that this would have been the perfect opportunity to show my parents just one of the coolest islands in Thailand, in my opinion. It was about an 8-hour sail down there. Long story short, my mom ended up getting really seasick. Great. And we're in the middle of the ocean, miles away from nearest land. So we had to stop at an island before we got to Koh Rachanoi and stayed there at a resort. And there's no flying from this island. This is a very small island. Me and my friend arranged a thing to take me and my family back to Phuket. So we're walking up one morning to our boat that we think is gonna be taking us back. It's like a speedboat. And I'm walking up, and then I'm told that, no, that's not your boat, that's your boat. And they point over there, and I look, and it is a canoe, basically. I'm not even kidding, with a propeller on the back that's made out, I was told that it's made from a motorbike engine. That's what it is, so I'll give props to that. Very creative and very efficient. It got us from point A to point B. It certainly did. But let me tell you, that ride, I was almost convinced I was gonna go deaf. That engine is so loud and so bumpy. We're going across the friggin' Indian Ocean, and when we got on the boat, you'd think there'd be chairs or maybe a bench or something. Oh, there were chairs, but they were lawn chairs. So they pulled them off the stack, put them on the ground, they were like, there you go, sit down. So I sat down on my lawn chair, completely not like bolted to the floor or anything. So we're slipping, sliding, just going full speed back to Phuket. It was about maybe a 45-minute ride. Super sunny, getting sunburned the entire time. That is one funny story that I really enjoy from when my parents visited. Was your food poisoning actually that bad? Yes, it was actually that bad. That was my first time ever experiencing food poisoning that I know of. I ate something, got horribly sick the next 12 hours, and was sick for a week and a half about that. And most people, if you get food poisoning, it's over within like 24 to 48 hours. No, I was sick for a long time, to the point that I had to go to the hospital, which was terrible because anyone that knows me, I hate going to the hospital. I hate going to the doctors in the first place. So it was bad. And when I got to the hospital, they were trying to put an IV, trigger warning, skip to this part if you don't want to hear about this. They were trying to put an IV in my arm because I was super dehydrated, and they could not get it in my vein, and they just kept poking and poking and poking, and I was so nauseous and lightheaded because I was so dehydrated. It was terrible. Would not wish it on my worst enemy. My head was killing me. I could hardly walk. Like, I could walk, but it was hard. It kind of sucks because after that, it made me way more wary with the things that I ate and made me less adventurous. Because before that I was just popping anything, trying like multiple different things. I was eating crickets and stuff, but after that, What is the worst thing about Thailand? Well, I mean, you shouldn't really judge other... I'm just kidding. I definitely have one. I would say, and I need to explain this properly, the should be fine mentality. So let me give you a quick example. So I had a visa agent who works for Thai immigration. So it's a legit person that is in the know with the Thai government, knows all the rules, regulations, and with me doing all these visa runs, going in and out of the country, trying to renew my visa, after I had that issue when I went to Bali and then tried coming back and then they detained me and were about to not let me back in the country. After that, I didn't feel comfortable doing visa runs anymore. I talked to my visa agent about it after that experience, and she kept telling me, it should be fine if you like go back and forth and do that. Once again, I told you, she worked for Thai immigration. She knows like the rules and regulations and the laws. So I'm like, you can't give me a definitive answer of like, yes, this is legally allowed, or no, this is illegal. She couldn't. And it was always, it should be fine. And I did not like that. Oh my gosh, this next one. Worst customer service experience in Thailand. I'm still furious. There was this one time I went to go get my haircut at this place. I had never been there. It had great reviews online. I sit down, I show her the style that I want. It is this. This is what I showed her, this exact picture. But she seemed confident. She was like, yeah, like totally, I can do that, whatever. 10 minutes go by, and then she pulls out the mirror to ask like how I like it so far. This is what I asked for. Just keep that in mind. This is what I see in the mirror. When I tell you, I wanted to gasp, but I'm the type of person that will smile in your face and be like, I love it, it's great. And my voice will just get higher because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So I'm like, that's really amazing, but I kind of want it like this. This is more what I'm going for. So she continues, and then she shows me like 5 minutes later in the mirror, and it is 10 times worse. It is up here, like this picture, but higher. And it is straight up a bowl. And I'm like, can you please fade it a little bit? It's very harsh, like from that to that. It's like back bangs basically. And I'm like, please just fade it a little bit. And she's like, I don't know how to do that. And it got to the point that I think she got so overwhelmed. She was like, okay, leave, get up, leave my shop now. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Because I was trying to be nice and it just was not coming out the way that I wanted, and I'm not just gonna sit there and just have a horrible haircut done. I think it was for the best that I just get up and leave. So I left. She said, just don't even pay me. Like, she was pissed. I'm not even gonna lie. She was pissed at me, I guess because I kept asking her to fade it and maybe she didn't know how to do that or something. But my thought process is, I showed her the picture that I wanted and she said she could do it. Like, if she didn't feel like she could, she should have told me that before we even started the process, and I would have been fine with that. That was my worst customer service experience. It was awful, and she got really pissed at me. And on that note, I would like to introduce you guys to today's sponsor who keeps this channel running, Surfshark, which is a virtual private network that allows you to trick your device into thinking you are anywhere in the world. And I mean anywhere, because they have over 3,200 servers in over 100 countries. I'm sure you're thinking, like, Ethan, how exactly does this help me? Let me tell you. Like I said, Surfshark can help you trick your device into thinking you were anywhere in the world. This comes in handy when you were booking tickets online, whether it's plane tickets, train tickets, hotels, you name it. When you're booking online, websites have a very sneaky tactic. They can track your location and change the prices of the tickets accordingly. So, let's say that you're booking a hotel online in the UK. When you look, the prices are kind of high. So, you go onto Surfshark, change to the US, and now all of a sudden the prices will drop. This works basically because of supply and demand. If there's less people looking from a certain country, then the prices will be lower to entice you. But that's not where the perks stop. Surfshark can also help you protect your online identity while you use public Wi-Fis. Because believe it or not, everyone else connected to that Wi-Fi has access to your information if they want it. But if you turn on Surfshark, it basically puts up a wall between you and whoever else wants your information. It just keeps you anonymous to the Wi-Fi and protects all of your information, which is important, especially if you travel. I use it on a daily basis. And lucky for you guys, Surfshark has a special deal for my audience. To take advantage of this deal, click the link in my description and enter promo code EthanTravels at checkout for an extra 3 months free. And they also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Anyway, thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video and for providing everyone with online security. The juicy one. What is your favorite kink? Well, probably the one that you get in a hose or in your leg after a long jog. That's my favorite. Or I guess the ones in frizzy hair too, like, gotta love those. Why didn't I like Bali? I think the reason is because I had it so built up in my head. Americans, that's just like one of the places everyone has on their bucket list is going to Bali. So when I went, I thought the streets would be paved with gold and it would just be so gorgeous and beautiful, which it was certainly beautiful. Just a little bit more rundown, and it's not the island's fault, and I feel bad for the people that are native there because they're kind, they seem to take care of the environment, but the tourists completely trash everything. Like, you're just walking down the street and the street's just covered in trash. If you go to the beach is covered in trash. But once you get out of the city and kind of go into the woods or to farmland and stuff, then it gets absolutely beautiful and pristine. One good thing is that they do have some interesting statues, so you're never bored walking around. Have I ever been scared on a plane? When I was coming back from Bali, just everything bad happened that day. I was standing in line about to go get my ticket to fly back to Thailand, and I'm just chilling in line, have my headphones in, minding my own business, and this guy comes running up behind me in line. And I like turn, because I don't know, people aren't usually running in the airport, especially just to get in line behind me. There, like, our flight didn't leave for 3 hours. So I look, and his eyes are just like this. Literally, I'm like, I don't even know if I can open mine as big as they were. They were as big as you can get them. Oh my gosh, okay, so that's the first thing. So I'm just kind of chilling, the line's moving up, and every time I would move up in the line, he would like grab his bags really quick and then like move up. Unless you're late for something, you're not rushing. So everyone else is just grabbing their bags, like moseying along, kind of like annoyed and bored, waiting in line. But he was so quick and like just on edge the entire time. Looking around too, that was the other thing. He was like constantly like checking behind his back and like scanning the premises constantly. And it was giving me anxiety. I was like, dude, either this guy is on substances or he is sketchy. Because the way he kept looking around, it was like almost as if he was scared he was gonna get caught with something. You can tell the difference between someone who has a mental health condition, because I'm understanding of that and I wouldn't judge someone for that. But he was on something. I'm telling you, you can tell the difference. So now my brain's starting to run and I'm like, goodness gracious, does he have something in his bag that he's like about to do something bad? I was like, why is he so paranoid just standing here in line? Another scary thing that happened when I was on a plane, it's kind of scary, not really. This particular scenario made me always wear my seatbelt while flying at all times. Never popping that bad boy off unless I need to go to the bathroom, and that's the only exception. But we were up in the air, cruising, and all of a sudden, the plane drops 3 feet. And I'm not talking like turbulence or like kind of going down. It straight up just dropped. I don't know how that's possible, but it happened. The flight attendant, it was a man, I felt so bad for him. He was walking, handing out snacks. He straight up levitated, not kidding, levitated in the air, and then of course he's gonna fall. I don't know how to explain it, but basically him and the floor moved together to each other, and he hit that floor so hard. It was a boom, and the entire plane, everyone went silent and just looked, and everyone was just like, oh, shit. Like, no one was even concerned about the fact that we just fell 3 feet. Everyone's focused on him and making sure that he's okay. Like, if I hadn't been buckled up, I would have levitated out of my seat. Like I said, it taught me the lesson to always stay buckled because you never know when that's gonna happen. Have I ever been arrested? This one is part of the intro. No, I have not been arrested, but this takes me to an interesting story and just kind of thing in Thailand. Thailand is the king of finding people that they want. So like there's no wanted list or like putting it up. No, they find you. They will completely block off highways, and this happens on a regular basis, maybe like once a week. And every single person that comes through, they like funnel you, they check in your car, they're looking, they're asking you questions, and then let you go. So if you're harboring someone in your car, they're gonna find you. And I was never the one driving because I couldn't drive in Thailand. So my friend was always the one driving, and he is Thai, but he doesn't look Thai. It's mixed ancestry. So every time we go through one of these things and they'd look at our IDs and stuff, they'd think it's weird. So they pull him out, give him kind of a hard time, but he speaks Thai fluently. So that helped his case. And there was this one time we were driving through pretty late at night. I think it was like 10. And we were going through one of those traffic stops. We went through and they thought we were sketchy once again, so my friend has to get out. They breathalyze him. My friend came back completely clear because he wasn't drinking. And then they had him go in and to like the office station. They always have one like on the side of the road wherever they're doing it most of the time. They said that he made some traffic violation or something, I don't know. And they were like, well, this is the situation. We can either have you pay us some money here, or we can spend your whole night and go take you to the other police department. Just basically making it seem like a whole hassle. They're gonna give us 3 hours worth of going to the police station, or you can just give us a little bit of money right now. So my friend just paid up because it's not considered bribing, I guess, if they're literally asking for it. Like my friend never offered it, they were straight up asking for it. So paid that money and we were good to go. So not arrested, but definitely some like weird situations for sure. What is my worst Airbnb experience? Well, thankfully I haven't had any experiences with like hidden cameras or anything like that, but I have had some interesting experiences. The first one that comes to my mind, I made a video about this in real time as it was happening. I was completely scammed in Thailand out of $116, but I ended up getting it back, which is good. But this place, I booked it, I drove 3 hours just to get to the place, and it did not exist. And the lady was corresponding with us the whole time. We were like, hey, like, can you resend the address? I think you might have had a typo. I think we might have showed up at the wrong place. Like I said, I have a whole video of it. If you want to watch it, click. But it was a whole thing, and the house ended up not existing, and we were scammed. This next one is really sweet. What is my favorite memory of Millie? I have a lot, but I would have to say the fact that when she would run really fast or get excited, her butt would curl up under her, like her back legs would go too fast or faster than her front legs. It was adorable. And also, whenever she'd get really excited, her hair on her back and her butt would stand up like a whole inch, and it was really cute. I've been getting a lot of questions about what happened to her. I don't know if I want to make a full video about it because it has been very hard to go through. She passed away because of cancer, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. But yeah, maybe I'll make a video. I think I might make like a tribute video to her because I have a lot of really great footage and stuff, but I need to do that when I feel like I'm ready. Those are my favorite memories, and just us cuddling all the time. And that, my friends, is the end of this video. Thank you for submitting all of your very juicy questions. I appreciated some more than others, but they were great. If you're curious as to how you can submit them for my next video, I do it on my Instagram if you want to go check that out, and I post on my story, and that's how you can kind of be part of my videos and see behind the scenes stuff. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. Thank you guys so very much. Because of you, I'm able to continue making content and show you all of the beautiful places that the world has to offer. Well, more of the US for now, but still. And an extra special thank you goes to Robert Swan, R. Michael Blackburn, Scott Krutz, Brian Butterfield, Eric Fast, Michael Posh, Scott Sweaters, Paul Carpenter, and Britt Saunders. If you'd like to join, all the information is down below. I would greatly appreciate it. You get to see my videos early and you get some extra perks. You can message me one-on-one. You can always message me one-on-one on Instagram too, but there's much more people, so it's less likely that I'll see your message. On Patreon, there's much less people, so I will see your message. So if you're interested in that, you can join. It starts at like $1. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is when this video reaches you. Peace out. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.